lovely people of the internet, I'm Jamie. Let's hang out and watch episode 24 of Freerun. Hi everybody, I'm glad you are here watching with me today. What do we have in store? Last time we started the first, well, I guess it's not the first phase of the second part of the exam. It is the second part of the exam out of 3. Everybody is split up right now. Well, kind of. We do have different groups. So we have Freerun with Fern and Senza, which was an interesting choice. I'm not quite sure why she went with them, other than maybe they would get there, well, to the bottom the fastest, or because they're the most powerful. There's some reason that she wanted to go with them. I'm not quite sure. Then we had Verbal's group from the first part of the exam sticking together. We have Denkin, who had joined up with, I think, a few other characters. The one blonde guy went off on his own. Maybe he's very confident, or maybe that is true. Maybe he's very confident. I think he has a, I don't know what the right word is, but suspicious comes to mind, because he brought up that he didn't want to be someone's pawn, essentially. And so usually you think that way because you're the type of person that might do something like that. Not always. Sometimes you have reasonable educational reasons for saying so, you've experienced certain things in the past, but it's just the vibe I got. I really liked our flashback, because not every episode, or maybe every episode, I'm not quite sure, but we got our flashback to Himmel saying, nope, we're not going to keep making progress here. We're going to make sure we get through everything on this level of, I think it's a dungeon or a labyrinth, just because he wants to spend more time with his party and ultimately with his friends, right? They have limited time together and he wants to make the most of it. And then he knew exactly what to say to make Freerun also feel motivated to do such a thing. At the very end, we had some pretty cool magic battles going on. Sadly, the one girl got knocked into the spike room. I was worried she got knocked into the room where the floor was gonna go, not the ceiling like I had said. And at least we got to see the golem in action. I think that was really cool, and I'm glad that it worked, considering it's a prototype. Now, will every single one of them work? I don't know. But ultimately, we have some clones or some replicas or whatever they're called, and luckily they have different coloring, as I think Richter had pointed out. I'm worried that's setting up for the fact that maybe they won't have different coloring at one point, but for now we will go with the assumption that that is the case. And even though they defeated Lothman's replica, I know Verbal's group was still competing against themselves, essentially, which I thought was going to be the theme, that each person's going to have to fight their own parallel. But no, that is not the case, because we saw at the very end Denkin's group has now come across Freerun. And I am very much excited to see how that goes. I have a lot of questions about the replicas. Are they, I think they had pointed out they're the same speed, and I don't know if they had said accuracy, same skills essentially. So there seem to be fairly accurate clones with the same abilities, at least as far as we know. And if that's the case, good luck to Denkin's group, because he struggled so much. I know that sounds mean, but he had a hard time where he's I felt like an apprentice when he battled Freerun beforehand, so how is this going to be any different? I guess we'll see. So let's get into it. Let's get our housekeeping done. So this video is for commentary and discussion purposes. All rights belong to the original creators, so please support the official release. And if you'd like to watch this and any previous episodes, they are up on Patreon in full-length form, as well as other TV shows and movies that we have. Some are up on YouTube, but some are just Patreon exclusive, so feel free to check that out. The link is down below. But alright, it is time, so grab your snacks, get settled in, and let's watch more Freerun.
霊落の応募が難攻不落だったわけだぜ。
Did I catch that last time? Cause damn, never. And then here she is.
電源あれも対処できるのか。
I don't think so.
これ
Just
が
if
試験
she's
で
the
なかったら
same
わしは
generally
と
as
うに
free
瓶
run.
を割っておる。
I like that line for some reason. Ooh. Yeah, we've used this music before, I think, because it reminds me of Florence and the Machine. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I still think that if they're similar replicas, then good luck to you. Now, were those the proctors there, I wonder? In the shadows? Or I guess being backlit? Maybe that could have been from this phase, but I feel like most of the stuff we're seeing is from the first phase of the exam. Not so much from where we are now or in the third. Oh, that door looks familiar. Interesting. Okay. My theory is somehow that Ziria is behind the door, but that also doesn't make sense. Episode 24.
私たちはあのダンジョンの主を水鏡の悪魔
Dungeon.
シュピーゲルと呼んでいる。
Water mirror.
賢者エービヒの英雄譚に出てくる神話の時代の魔物だ。
Mythical. Cool.
はダンジョンに入り込んだ人物の記憶を読み取り。
Wild. Also, I really like that art.
でもアインザームのような類似性を持つ魔物。
Yeah, to read minds and stuff.
シュピーゲルが作り出すのは実体を持った実力も魔力も技術。
Strength. Mana. Techniques. Also, I liked the mirroring of the
霊
cups.
落の応募。
Interesting. Okay, so that's a lot.
なぜゼンゼさんがこのダンジョンを
Is
試験
this
会
guy
場
the third proctor? Because they're kind of dressed all similar in a way.
正な自己分析とチームワークが必要になる。
I like those factors. Teamwork, self-analysis.
主義者の彼女らしい試験内容だ。
That's interesting, because, yeah, I think that makes sense. Again, they all should have worked together more so.
一旦引くぞ。
Well, yeah, ooh, that was a weird noise. Lots of weird noises, fun. I mean, what did you expect? She's, you know, gonna be powerful and do attacks.
どうしたものか
That
な。
was English, right? Be creepy if she smiled.
行き止まりか。追い詰められちゃったね。
Okay. Okay. Oh, got the golem thing. From who, though? And also, I highly doubt that's him.
分身魔法の専門家としての意見が聞きたいんだけど、いいかな。
I mean, he's very calm again.
名前はラントだって言っているだろう。まあ別にいいけどさ。
And I feel like if it was his actual self, he wouldn't be so calm.
複製
Because
体
he
は
was when he was
ど
hurt
の程
before.
度まで完璧な私のコピーだと思う。
Madam Copycat.
黙ったら死んじゃうような。
よく観察してるね。
I thought it was a lighthearted comment at first. It seemed deeper. They're bound to get to know one another,
物
though,
静かだ。
by hanging out. True. Do they have vocal cords?
まではコピーしていないってことかな。
多分喋れないだけだ。
That's a good question, though.
最初の襲撃の時、あれは僕の懐から
It's so
脱出用
wild.
ゴーレムの
Just by her hand? No, she must have cut. It was something else.
こちらに対する知識もある。
Yeah.
僕たちを追い詰めたのに追撃してこないのは
Wonder why.
それか、いたぶるのを楽しんでいるかだね。
That's kind of what I was leaning towards at first, considering who it is.
メガネくんさ、 このままじゃ長くないよ。
そうだね。
He seems kind of sad though.
今のメガネくんって本物？
That's what we're wondering. I personally think he's a clone or replica.
私の瓶使いなよ。
If he's a clone, he wouldn't need to, right?
それは君が生き残るためのものだ。
And that is true. Yeah, I feel like he has to be. Well, I mean, if he was gonna die, though, he would want to take it
瓶を取り返
in
して
real
くれ。
life.
おい、
Because I doubt he's that selfless, right? Ooh.
ソルガニールの発動条件は視界に全身を収めること。
Hmm.
この勝負は
Dang.
先に距離を
Yeah, I was
見
gonna say
誤
it's
った方が
very much like that'd be by inches.
実力が互角なら勝ち負けはほぼ運だね。
Which is not fair. Or I guess it's
運の
totally
決まる
fair
勝
in
負
a
は
way,
危
right?
険だ。
Ooh, okay, so it has hair. So weird.
だから
So it looks
私
like
は
clay.
私と戦いたいとは思わない。
Hmm.
この死にたぐりはしょうがないね。
Hmm. Is that what she wants? Because, I mean, she talked about wanting to fight to the death beforehand. Uh-oh.
やっぱり運が悪い。
Hmm.
だから嫌なんだ。
She was at the right distance.
そっちの方がもっと運が悪かったみたいだ。
Hmm.
メガネ
Nice.
くん。
He looks cool there. Nice with the music, too. Nice. Teamwork also. Dang. Her attacks go wide. Okay, so his bottle was a
やっ
fake
ぱり
as
瓶
well
も偽
then.
物だったんだ。
Interesting. So can he see what his clone is doing and saying and all that? I guess so. Even if he's in a different space?
瀕死の僕が分身だと分かっていたんだな。
I mean, that's what you did in the first phase of the exam, so
メガネくんが来てくれると確信したからかな。
that's good.
僕がそんなお人よしに見えたのか。
That's a tricky question.
そんなことどうでもいい。メガネくんはさ、私の瓶を受け取ろ。
Hmm.
自分のせいで誰かが死ぬのが嫌なんでしょ？
Well, that's good then.
ありがとうね、メガネくん。また一つ君のことが分かった気がするよ。
Smart.
時間はかかるかな。
Alright.
フリーレン様、あそこに階段があります。ちょっとマップ見せて。
There was only 4 statues, right? Or was there more and they were just on the left and right and I just couldn't see?
この壁の奥に隠し部屋がある。
How can you sense that?
きっとお宝だよ。
Oh
こ
my
の
gosh.
雰囲気。
She always has a cute facial expression. I mean, it depends how much space is behind the pillar, right? If you've seen The Promised Neverland Season 1, you know, you kind of get the spacing behind things, sort of, and what that can mean. Pretty cool. What do you got? Is there... Okay, I think it is just the 4. Oh, I was gonna say, is it like Harry Potter? But no, we're kind of doing something a little different. It's very voxely. Okay, and they're already lit. I wonder if Zenza is happy she went with us or not. The music is so quirky.
埋葬された王の功績が描かれているな。
His achievements.
保存状態のいい統一王朝期の壁画は
Just about the
初
king,
めて
though.
見た。
It is very cool. But there's like kings and queens, so do they all have like a tomb or something?
壮観ですね。
Also, no one's found this before? That's wild. But yeah, no, it's a really cool thing. I love when they have like artwork or... Huh? I thought that was going back into like a memory or
順調すぎ
something.
るぐらい順調ですね。
I agree with that.
もしかしてこ このまま合格して
You jinxing it? Yeah, all the artwork is really cool. Oh wait,
ど
are
うしたの
these?
こんなところに集まって。
あれがジンドってもう半日
Okay,
にな
no.
る。
They're actually them. I was wondering if this was going to be like the replicas that aren't a different coloring.
ダンジョン攻略はこうでなくちゃ。
I like her perspective.
完璧な複製体か。確かにあれは私と同等の力を持っているみたい。
That's terrifying.
何か手立てはあるか。
そうだね。
I mean, wouldn't that give them an idea of how to
も
actually
しも
defeat
私を完全に再現したものだとしたら、
you?
生身の魔法使いと同じか。
Yeah. I mean, I highly doubt anyone would try. And you'd have to work as a team to do it, so I think she's fine anyway.
だがわずかな隙は生まれるかもしれん。
I miss what type, what? I'll go back and look.
名刀で。そういう小細工は得意だろう。
Method. I'll look up the pronunciation. Ooh.
では失
Hello.
礼して。
I wouldn't mind this.
これは興味深い。
She seems very serious, though.
通用するはずなのですが。フリーレンさん、次は私の目を見
I will do anything you want.
精神操作魔法も無理。
Hypnosis, okay.
私ではフリーレンさんの精神防御が破れません。
Yeah, because isn't that what they say about
両方
hypnosis?
とも耐性があるようだな。
For you
で
good?
も
She get like jealous or protective?
古い術式のようです。
Mm.
精神魔法の専門家なら脆弱性をつけるかもしれません。
But yeah, with hypnotism, don't you need to like be susceptible, like want it? Otherwise, it wouldn't work.
エーデル2級魔法使いなら可能かと。
Adel.
私と違って戦闘能力は皆無な人なので、
Mm.
で来られるかどうか。
They did have to battle a fair bit to get here. Though, did Freerin?
それに
Yeah, they
大
had the
前提と
gargoyles.
して精神操作魔法は相手に心がないと。
Oh, okay.
で、
Have to have
複製体
minds.
がそこまで再現できているかと。
Yeah, well, I was wondering, do they have like internal organs or anything, like vocal cords or hearts or whatever? I know vocal cord is not an organ. Oh, that was Adel. Okay.
持っていると考えて間違いあるまい。
魔力を消して潜伏するにも
I was gonna say, I'm surprised you guys are still like not fighting.
ブライとドゥンスト
But I
は
guess
こ
they're
の
not
ダンジョンの
fighters,
中
they
では
said.
まともに戦え。
Dunst.
そもそも現代魔法がダンジョン戦闘に適していません。
That's bad luck.
それに強力な防御魔法にリソースを取られすぎ。
Hmm.
魔法は自然物を利用したものが多くなった。
That makes sense.
する方が魔力の消費が少ないからの。
I think that makes, yeah, total sense to me.
うまくやっている。あの紙には幾重もの魔法がかけられてよ。ダンジョン内でも無数の手段で戦えると考
Yeah,
えてい
that's
る。
like however many arms. Now, how strong are they, though? Oh.
わしの見立てではあれには勝てん。
Like, does it need to use multiple strands of hair to
髪
make
の
sure
毛
it's
という
strong?
数えるのも不可能なほどの膨大な数の糸を
That's wild.
普通の人間とはかけ離れたイメージを持つ時点で。
So is the real Zenza, like, essentially impossible
正
to
直
beat
こ
then?
こまで逃げおせたのは奇跡だと思うぞ。
It's good that she's a pacifist, then.
そもそもわしらは武闘派ではない。ここいらが潮時じゃろ。 正直怖いからもう帰りたい。
That's fair. Good on you for admitting that.
声は通らないのか。
Voice.
確かに精神操作魔法はわしの一族の相手に高度な命令の条件を満たすのは無理じゃな。
Yeah, I believe that.
どのくらい時間を稼げば。
15秒じゃ。
You say just 15. I feel like that's a lot.
今にわかる。
You couldn't have warned them a little bit more? Also, how did it, damn, like, take out the platform from under them? And that was cool. Oh my gosh. Kind of reminds me of something from Limbo. Or is it Limbo? I don't know. The other one. Yeah, we've seen that before. The slipping through. Ooh. Hope we can't go under. Oh no, they got it all around. Okay, they're good. I thought it was just covering their, like, upper half and not under their feet or something. Or was it? I don't know. Oh? Ooh, okay. She dead? Okay.
心がない。心の働きを精密に模倣しているだけじゃ。
Well, that's not good. Are you gonna be okay? Like, what's happening?
武闘派連中のところまで全力で逃げろ。わしは潮時と言った通りもう。
I hope you can, you know, get healed. Damn.
便利じゃな。安全確保までしてくれるのか。
Now, what do you mean by on your way out? I hope you don't mean.
まで無事にたどり着ける人なんているんでしょうか。
I mean,
出すつもりなんて
maybe if Freerun and Fern weren't there. Even then, I don't know. Oh, you look very cool doing that. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot they were. You okay? Maybe you should have gone with someone. Yeah, see, there was 5. But I totally forgot Kana and Lavina were still going through.
切るのか。
さあ、わかんない。
It's pretty intense. Oh. I like the sound of this music. Ah, okay, so she's up top.
まったく何を考えてんだかよくわからねえ連中だ。
Uh-oh. Okay, I was gonna say, get more of your stuff back.
相性は悪くなさそうだ。
Looking pretty cool, Sharv.
エールは単純な魔力勝負の殴り合いなら、俺やシャルフを
Okay. Nice. You just trying to bring it down? Nice. I always like how there's like wind blowing for them to look cool.
どんな状況だろうとな。
Pretty much.
力を。
Not 100%, but yeah. Oh yeah, he probably feels a little worried about that, considering.
したら私、フリーレン様を殺せるかもしれません。そう。
She seems happy about this.
作戦を立てようか。
Ah. Okay. Yeah, I feel bad for Denkin because I think I might have said it, but essentially, last time he faced Freerun, he said that it was like he was an apprentice again, facing, well, whoever he's apprenticing with. And if the replica is as accurate as she said it is, that's pretty bad. So I can understand his apprehension, but they're going to work as a team, and apparently Fern is going to take the lead because she thinks she can maybe handle it. So I think that will be very fun to see. And it seemed like Freerun was very excited about that too. Okay, so I'm going back, and they say the lord of that dungeon is a force to be reckoned with. Spiegel, maybe. Water mirror fiend. Water mirror, so that's why there's replicas. And the fact that it can read memories and then utilizes the information to make the perfect replicas. So I'm wondering, though I have nothing to actually base this on, if Zenza chose to go with Friren's group because she knew that was going to be the case, and she was hoping that herself, that she would face up against Frieren and Fern, since they were the more powerful mages that were going to make it to the bottom fastest. But she didn't seem upset by the pace necessarily, so could be wrong. Plus it seems that that wasn't the case anyway, because they're all maybe trying to get through where Denkin's group is. They got there first because Frieren and Fern were just wandering around, well, Frieren taking Fern and Zenza because they wanted to, well, because she wanted to find all the trinkets and the grimoires and everything. So it makes sense why Denkin's group was there first, but he implied that to get through, like, we need to get through because that's where the bottom is going to be. I think it is a really cool, well, space, first off, for the exam to take place, as I think I talked about before. But also, just the fact that there are these replicas really adds a very interesting factor, because as Ganao had pointed out, they are like perfect match essentially. And so they have to use a level head, teamwork, and self-analysis, which I think is very cool, and all things that I really want to see them use. And since we have our two groups coming together, and maybe more, we'll see if people actually end up making it, then it'll be probable that we could defeat Frieren, replica Frieren. I highly doubt, as I said, Frieren's in trouble, because even if they learn how to defeat her, it would take a lot of teamwork, a lot of strategy, and I don't think most people here would even want to do that in the first place. So as long as they don't tell anyone, then I think we're fine. I think my favorite part of this episode might have been the interaction with Ubel and Lond with her replica. Just, I don't know, they're getting to know each other more, and I want to see a little bit more inside of her head, her motivations. She's very clever, as far as I can tell, and I like their interactions together. The lighting and the music when Lon showed up behind the replica in the door, that was really cool. I have no clue how Frieren has a sense for, like, that's, you know, that stone's a trap, or there's something in the wall behind here, I don't know how we missed it. Like, how does that work? I also thought it was very funny that Fern got kind of like overprotective, I guess, of Frieren when Method, I'm not sure, I'll look it up, was interacting with her, so that was kind of funny. And then Verbal's team made, honestly, pretty quick work of their replicas, so I'm proud of them. I'm curious if we're gonna tune more into like Levine and Kana, or with the one guy. I did with Ton, still haven't looked that one up either, but yeah, he didn't look like he was having too great a time. So we've checked up on a few different groups in these last two episodes, so I'm assuming we'll get a little bit more of them, and maybe they show up and can help us out too. And if you feel like sticking around, subscribe, see what else we got on the channel. There might be something you might like. We also have some things on Patreon that are just exclusive, but for anything that is on YouTube, it will also be in its full-length form over on Patreon, so feel free to check that out. The links are down below. And as always, thank you so much for sharing a little bit of your day with me. So wherever you are and whenever it is, I hope something good finds you today. So take care, and I'll see you around. Bye.